What's up, YouTube? It's your boy AyeQ. Listen, before we get into the video, let me just say thanks to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the platform. Look, in life, you gotta set goals. And the goal for this platform is to get to 150,000 subscribers by December. So if you guys rock with the content, please take the time out right now and show some love and like and subscribe. Do so right now. All right, let's get into the video.
In custody today for January homicide, 19-year-old Alexis Hawkins and 18-year-old Brian Winston Jr. facing multiple charges, including murder and attempted robbery. Police found 26-year-old Jarrell Pryor with a gunshot wound. He later died at the hospital. Hawkins was found and arrested 1 month later along Pixel Drive. Winston Jr. was arrested in April in Austin, Texas. Austin police are sending him back to Indianapolis.
In the cold winter darkness of January 25th, a 25-year-old Indianapolis father named Jarrell Pryor stepped out for what he thought was just another date. Little did he know that the woman he was meeting had allegedly orchestrated an elaborate trap, one that would ultimately cost him his life before the night was over. Welcome to the True Crime Vault. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories. In the frigid January of 2025, Indianapolis lost a light one that burned especially bright in the eyes of a little girl named Honey. Jarrell Lamont Pryor wasn't just another name in a police report or headline on the evening news. He was a 26-year-old father, son, brother, grandson, and friend whose laughter and spontaneous dance moves left an impression wherever he went. Born with natural confidence and a flair for life, Jarrell approached everything with fearless determination. Whether it was football, basketball, track, dancing, or music, if Jarrell set his mind to something, he mastered it with an effortless grace that made others take notice. Long before TikTok challenges became the rage, he was creating his own dance routines that his stepfather proudly recorded. I got videos of him when he first started dancing, his stepfather recalled with a bittersweet smile. It would look crazy, but they used to do these challenges and dances before TikTok. Anyone who knew Jarrell would tell you about his playful spirit and his tendency to bring energy to any room. His younger brother called him irritating through affectionate laughter, thinking back on some of Jarrell's classic antics. The kind of annoying that only a beloved brother can be. The fun-loving troublemaker who kept everyone on their toes. His grandmother saw him almost daily since he worked just around the corner from her home at Carrier Corporation, where he was employed on the assembly line. Even those visits weren't without Jarrell's characteristic mischief. He used to come down out here and worry the daylights out of me, she told reporters tearfully after his death. That was my baby boy. Friends knew all too well about Jarrell's lack of self-consciousness. When we used to go in public places and he used to bust out dancing, and I get secondhand embarrassment real bad, one close friend shared, recalling how Jarrell would spontaneously start dancing anywhere, unconcerned with who might be watching. Music and gaming filled his downtime. The center of Jarrell's world was unquestionably his daughter, Honey. The walls of his Facebook page were adorned with countless photos showcasing their special bond. The tender relationship between father and daughter was built on little rituals that became the foundation of their connection. One of their favorites was a game of hide and seek, with a distinctive call and response that would echo through their home. "Daddy, where are you?" Honey would call out in her high-pitched melodic voice, searching for her father who was hiding just around the corner. "Here I am. I'm right here," Jarrell would reply with cheerful enthusiasm before appearing and scooping his running daughter into his strong arms. After his death, this innocent game became a haunting reminder of all that was lost. "She did it the other day and my heart just broke," his mother revealed with pain etched across her face. The evening of January 24 began routinely enough. During his dinner break around 8 p.m., Jarrell stopped by his grandmother's house where Honey was staying, just around the corner from the Carrier plant. At approximately 10 p.m., he texted his mother that he'd be working late. What his family didn't know was that behind those ordinary text messages, Jarrell was also exchanging messages with a 19-year-old woman on Instagram. Through his phone, he asked about her plans, believing he was arranging a casual date. The messages indicated Jarrell was excited about meeting up with her, completely unaware that she allegedly had sinister motives. As midnight approached, surveillance footage captured Jarrell's car pulling into the Crown Liquors parking lot. A passenger believed to be his date can be seen sitting next to him. His credit card was used at both the liquor store and a nearby McDonald's, possibly small gestures to impress his date. The night should have ended with nothing more than a casual encounter and Jarrell returning home to his family. Instead, in the early morning hours of January 25, around 1:15 a.m., officers responded to reports of gunshots in the 4900 block of East 49th Street. They found Jarrell lying on the ground next to a vehicle, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Despite being rushed to a hospital in critical condition, Jarrell later succumbed to his injury. An autopsy would later reveal the brutal extent of the attack: gunshot wounds to his stomach, right jaw, right chest, and lower right back. His stepfather received the devastating call at 5:02 a.m. Lady from coroner's office said, "Is this Jarrell's dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's going on? We regretfully have to tell you that Jarrell just lost his life." I'm like, "What?" Thinking it might be a scam, the stepfather Googled the number and confirmed it was indeed the coroner's office before calling his wife. He said, "Tell me Jarrell is at home," and I jumped up, his mother recalled. The reason for the unanswered calls and texts suddenly became horrifyingly clear. The news came as a complete shock to the family. Jarrell wasn't involved in street life or crime. He was a working man focused on providing for his daughter. His stepfather later lamented how quick people are to make assumptions when a young Black man is killed. Young Black man gets killed and the first thing they think of is a lifestyle. And even if that's the case, nobody ever thinks about this. The family that's left behind, his stepfather said.
Jarrell Pryor's parents tell me they don't know why their son would have been out here at the corner of 49th and Primrose early Saturday morning. That's 2-year-old Honey crawling all over her grandpa Travis Wiley. And this is the last picture Jarrell Pryor and Honey ever took together before Pryor was found.
That one's a mystery. I have no idea. That's one of those, I don't know if he picked somebody up, take him home. We just know that part we don't know. Whoever this person is, you live in that area.
When neighbors reported they heard multiple gunshots and police found shell casings in Pryor's car.
The details they gave us was basically there was somebody else in the car with him, right? And we can only assume that an argument ensued, and then they took that drastic action to take his life. And he tried to get out of the car, and that's where they found him.
He was real funny about who he let in his car. So he's very particular about who can ride in his car.
Today, an IMPD officer was hanging out in the neighborhood in case anyone wanted to talk about the killing, as evidence of the futile struggle to save Pryor's life remained on the street. Pryor graduated from Lawrence Central, was working steady, taking care of his daughter, and did not have a criminal record.
Whoever done this, they took my heart. It was my baby.
There are Ring doorbell cameras on some of the houses out here at 49th and Primrose, and maybe detectives can cobble together a case based on the video evidence they find out here and whatever they discover in Jarrell's cell phone to solve this murder. With Indy Unsolved, I'm Russ McQuaid.
As Jarrell's family struggled.
See, that's why, fellas, you gotta be very careful when it comes to meeting women online and social media. That's why I tell you dudes all the time, fam, keep away from dating apps and meeting women online, because you don't know these women motive. All women have a motive, and if you meet a chick online, you don't know what her motive is. This is sad though.
With their devastating loss, investigators were piecing together the events of that fatal night. They recovered Jarrell's phone at the scene, discovering the Instagram messages between him and the woman. Alexis Hawkins presented herself as just another 19-year-old on social media. She engaged with Pryor in what appeared to be genuine interest. But beneath the surface of friendly messages and casual flirtation, allegedly lay calculated planning. At just 19, Hawkins was already allegedly involved in a scheme that veteran detectives would later describe as coldly premeditated. Unlike the impulsive crimes often associated with youth, the planning allegedly involved in Pryor's murders suggested a disturbing level of forethought. What would drive a teenager to allegedly participate in such a scheme? The court documents don't delve into Hawkins' background or motivations. There's no mention of financial desperation, drug involvement, or gang affiliation. Just the digital trail of a young woman allegedly setting up a man she connected with online, coordinating with her boyfriend behind the scenes. What appeared to be innocent date planning took a sinister turn when detectives uncovered parallel conversations. While chatting with Jarrell, the woman was allegedly messaging her 18-year-old boyfriend. Perhaps most chilling was the apparent disconnect between her online persona, the one that attracted Pryor's interest, and the person who allegedly helped orchestrate his killing. The same fingers that typed flirtatious messages to set up their date were allegedly the ones that simultaneously messaged her boyfriend about the planned robbery, boasting about having scammed several men and planning to rob Jarrell. The digital evidence painted a picture of a calculated setup rather than a date gone wrong. Video footage showed Jarrell and the woman together in his car outside a liquor store, approximately an hour before the shooting. According to police, her boyfriend was waiting nearby, allegedly serving as the gunman in what became a fatal ambush. After the shooting, investigators discovered that the woman had searched online for news about shootings and asked various contacts for rides from locations near the crime scene. These actions suggested someone trying to distance herself from a planned criminal act rather than a traumatized bystander. The investigation moved steadily forward. On February 26, IMPD, Violent Crime Unit detectives, and U.S. Marshals located and arrested the young woman. Her boyfriend managed to flee the state but was apprehended during a traffic stop in Austin, Texas on April 2 before being extradited back to Indianapolis.
When you meet these chicks online, understand something. Sometimes, if it's too good to be true, leave it alone. Like my whole thing, the best way to avoid these types of situations is to not deal with women online at all. That's the best way to avoid a situation like this. But if you indeed meet a chick online, you have to be very precautious. You have to be very paranoid. You don't know this chick. You don't know what she's about. If she's in your car and she's always on her phone, she's texting. Me personally, like that's a red flag. Who you texting? I don't know. So right there and then, I'ma cancel the date. Nah, I'm good. Do your thing. But as a man, you always gotta be on point. You gotta pay attention to the cars around you. You gotta pay attention to your location. Where's she taking you? But watch that phone. Because if a chick is in your presence that you don't know and she's busy working that phone, I'm telling you, fam, put her out and move far away from her. That's a setup. This is sad though.
Condolences go out to the family of Jarrell Pryor, especially to his young daughter Honey during this
Nah, man. Look, fellas, learn from this guy's situation. RIP to him. It's very unfortunate. If you're a man out there and you're thirsty, the best way to meet a woman is naturally, organically, face to face. That's the safest way because a lot of times, bro, matter of fact, the only types of women who are on the dating apps or online who are going, you gotta think, it's pretty much chicks that nobody wants. But when a chick looks like, damn, she bad as hell, she's either scamming or it's a setup. It never fails, bro. Always apply, nah, this shit is too good to be true. Nah, she looked too good to be true because you gotta think, if a chick looks good, why is she online? A chick who looks good gets mad attention just going to the gas station, just going to Walgreens, just going to Walmart. Dudes is in her face 24/7. So why would she be online? It don't make sense. Trust me, because she got enough attention in real life that she don't really have time to be going back and forth with men online as well. So when you see a chick who looks mad good online, fam, 9 out of 10 times, it's too good to be true, bro. This is sad, man. Fellas, be wise out here, but learn from this situation. It don't pay to be thirsty. It don't pay to be chasing women online. Do not trust these women. Don't let your guard down. It's smart to be paranoid. If you see any red flags, if she's doing anything that makes you suspicious, put out your car. Because you are better safe than sorry. Fellas, be wise out here, man. For real.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.